Players who defined their era. Players who took their team to the next level. Who did it the best? Who was better? Tonight we find out just the answer to that question. This is Downright Sports, NBA's greatest playoff performers. Who was number 10? Who was number 5? And who will be number 1? This will spark conversation. This will spark controversy. And this basically, well, this is the Downright Sports NBA greatest playoff performance.
It's showtime, everybody. Welcome to a brand new Downright Sports. It's a special. It's an NBA special kind of show. We're gonna do something I've never done before. I've only written about it. I've never really jumped on it. Something happened to my computer. I don't know what. I think it just shut off. And live TV ain't nothing like it. Anyway, this is the top 10 greatest NBA playoff performers. Not performances, performers. There are names that are not on this list. Because why? This is an opinionated show from a sports fan. From a sports fan's opinion. Don't judge me. Oh, you can't. You can't judge me. Go right to the bottom in the comments and write what you want. We're going to segment 1, we're going to do 10 through 5, and then segment 2, we're going to do 4 through 1. So, are you ready? Get set. Let's go. Starting with number 10. The answer. Wrong. The answer. Correct. Sorry. Allen Iverson. AI. Mr. Philadelphia himself. Allen Iverson, you ask him, how the heck is he number 10? The guy never won a championship. You're absolutely correct. But what AI did in the year 2000 by himself on a team with no other superstars, on a team with no other scorers, he accomplished. The guy in the year 2001 won the league MVP, took the 76ers to the finals to face the Los Angeles Lakers, where he even picked up a game, and it was earth-shattering. Nobody was supposed to beat the almighty Lakers. If you look at what AI did, 9-time playoff appearances, 29 points a game, 6 assists, and 2 steals is what he averaged. That is incredible. And this is a guy who later in his career wasn't doing as much. In that same year, he went to the finals. He put up 54 against Toronto. I don't know if you noticed, not many guys just dropped 54 during the regular season, let alone the postseason. In that same, against the Los Angeles Lakers, he dropped 43 different times, including including Game 3, where he puts up 48 against the Lakers, trying to will his team to a victory, because that's what AI did. He willed his team to victory. So, moving on. Number 9, Larry Legend. The Bird is the word. Say what? Larry Bird, Boston Celtics great. Why is he number 9? Larry Bird he's kind of a product of his environment. The guy was on a team with like 5 other Hall of Famers, including one of his 6 men was an MVP in the finals with his own team. We'll get to that later. But Bird, 12 trips to the finals, 12 trips to the playoffs, 5 times he went to the NBA finals. He only won 3 championships though, right? But Bird, he had to play LA a bunch of times, and then the Pistons later on. Their path was tough. The East was ready, especially in the middle, because when Bird had to play, he had to face Jordan, he had to face Isaiah and the Bad Boy Pistons, he had to face a young upcoming Knicks team, he had to face the 76ers with Dr. J, Moses Malone. He had to overcome so much. So the 3 championships are amazing. He has 2 Finals MVPs. The guy averaged 23 points. 10 rebounds and 6 assists for the postseason. That's his average. That's incredible. I mean, the guy was a workhorse. He did it all. He willed his team to victory. It's one of his best years. His best all-around years is 81. He averaged 21. He averaged really 22 points a game, 14 rebounds, 6 assists. That's what he did just only his second year in the league, when he helped the Boston Celtics win championship number 15 or 14 or something like that in their franchise. They would beat the Houston Rockets, who had a Moses Malone in there before he went to the 76ers. Moving on, number 8. This one will surprise a lot of people. It even surprised me after I did my research. DWade, a.k.a. Father Prime, a.k.a. Flash. Why is Wade on the list? Same like why AI's on the list. Because what D-Wade did for the Miami Heat, he was and still is the Miami Heat. The guy has done more for that organization than almost anybody, and they've had some names. D-Wade, 13 playoff appearances. That's between Miami and Chicago. Three-time Finals champion. He's won the championship 3 times. He's only lost in the finals twice. He's a Finals MVP in 06. We'll touch on that in a second. He averages 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. The rebounds are important because he's not a big guy. I know the internet says he's 6'4". DWade is like 6'1", if that. The year in 2006, where only in his 3rd year, he gets Shaquille O'Neal, and the age of Shaquille O'Neal, and he pushes them and wills them. And D-Wade and an old Miami Heat team beat a veteran Dallas Mavericks team. Wade were put in the game 3, a huge critical game because they had lost the first 2. 42 points, 13 rebounds he dropped. In that same year, he would average like 29 points a game with 5 rebounds and 5 assists. He was an all-around player. D-Wade was the man. And don't forget those championship teams with him and LeBron. Without Wade, LeBron probably don't win 2 championships, or let alone 1. Number 7, the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant. Kobe, you could really, Kobe, you just say his name and he deserves to be on the list. 15 times he's going to the playoffs. 7 times he's going to the championship. Out of the 7, he's won 5. Out of that 5, he's got 2 Finals MVPs. His best years out is the 2010 season. He's had better statistic seasons in the playoffs, but the 2010 was big for the finals because of what he did against the Celtics. The guy went 7 games, pushed his team as hard as he could, put up 23 points and 15 rebounds. He had to guard Paul Pierce. He took on the responsibility of guarding Paul Pierce, and he did the unthinkable. Nobody really beats the Celtics in 7 games. Like, it's rarely ever done. Kobe with the postseason has countless 40-point games, 40-point performances. Some say he is the closest thing they've seen to a living legend in Michael Jordan as far as the guy just played like him. Kobe, the reason he's 7 because the first 3 championships belonged to Shaq. And, Kobe helped that. He was the partner, but he wasn't the main guy. Like, Paul Gasol helped Kobe win 2, but Paul Gasol wasn't the main guy. All right, let's move to number 6. We are moving along. And who is number 6? LeBron James. And I'll share something with you guys real quick. LeBron didn't start at 6. LeBron's maybe started at 9 or 8 because of what he, his body of work, and I'm just looking at it. This postseason alone has changed all of that. And I'm talking about the 2018 postseason. What LeBron is doing with a team that has one other All-Star, that's because of namesake. Kevin Love is not really what you want him to be. But LeBron has taken his era and made it his own. He has made the conversation different now as far as who's better, LeBron or Jordan. He's made that conversation a real conversation. Why? 13 trips to the playoffs. Out of the 13 trips, he's gone to the NBA Finals 9 times. Out of that 9, he's gone 8 in a row, including this year. The last people that have gone 8 in a row played for the Boston Celtics back in the 1960s. Yeah. LeBron James has 3 championships. In each of those championships, he's a 3-time MVP. He bought the city of Cleveland its first championship in 52 years, something that some people thought would never be done. Some people thought that might be done by a football team or a baseball team, but LeBron has brought hope to them. He's the all-time postseason leader as far as points go. They play more games. That may have something to do with that. He averaged 28 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. His best year this year. His best year this year, without a question. He took in Game 7 against the Boston Celtics. Game 6, excuse me. 46 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists. He's dropped 40, including, newsflash, last night, Game 1 of the NBA Finals. LeBron put up 51 points. He's the fifth guy in the history of the NBA who dropped 50 plus in the finals. He's the first to lose. Thus, why LeBron is number 6 and not higher, because his postseasons have not been as glamorous as those that are ahead of him. His success rate in the finals have not been as great as those ahead of him. So, and rounding out the top 5, we're going to Bill Russell, or Russ, as apparently that's what they call him. Mr. Russell, 11-time champion, 11-time, won 8 in a row, won 8 NBA championships in a row. He went to the postseason 12 times, won 11 championships. Enough said. He was the head coach of 2 of those championships the last 2 years he played. Enough said. I'm not going to even stay on that. That's why Bill Russell is number 5. When we come back, we're going to, in segment number 2, I got to figure out what the heck is going on my computer, man. Segment 2, 4 to 1. Who's number 4? Who's number 2? Who will be number 1? Hey, this is DWade Sports, everybody. Here we are, segment number 2, Downright Sports, the NBA Greatest Playoff Performers. We're now doing 4 through 1. So this is where things gets a little, controversial. This is where people may disagree, or they will agree. Starting with number 4, Shaq Daddy Diesel, Mr. Fundament, Mr. Shaq Adilish, whatever nickname he could come up with. Shaquille O'Neal, 17 trips to the playoffs, 6 trips to the finals, 4 championships, 3-time Finals MVP. The guy took the Orlando Magic, a young Orlando Magic team, to the finals his first time, his first go around. Of course, he lost in 4 because they were young and didn't know what they were doing. Fast forward later, you got a young guy named Kobe Bryant. He's got Phil Jackson, and they just destroy the competition. They eat MCs. That's what they end up doing. Shaq, 24 points, 11 rebounds is what he averaged in the playoffs. The guy, his best year is going to be the 2000 finals. What he did, 40 points 3 times. His best game 3 against the Indiana Pacers. They put up 40 points. Shaq puts up 40 points and 24 rebounds. Would not lose. He just dominated, and that's what he did all around. Those championships the Lakers won in the early 2000s, without Shaq, they don't win. It's obvious. No matter how great Kobe Bryant turned out to be, Shaq was the cornerstone of that. Number 3, a guy that had to beat Shaquille O'Neal to win championships, Tim Duncan. And in the Shaq era, he made sure he did it. 18 trips to the playoffs, 6 trips to the finals, 5 championships. Before a fluky Game 7 loss to the Miami Heat, Tim Duncan was undefeated in the championship. Tim Duncan and the Spurs going to the championship meant winning. And they managed to do that. Duncan's a 3-time Finals MVP, averaged 20 points and 11 rebounds. One of his best games of 2005 is the year I kind of looked at. 30 points, 14 rebounds against the Denver Nuggets, a young Denver Nuggets team he had to beat. Game 7 against the Detroit Pistons, he turned it on, man. 25 points, 11 rebounds against a defending champion Detroit Pistons that was just defense oriented and could guard the Spurs, and the Spurs were able to stop Detroit from winning their second title in a row. That's the same Detroit team beat the Lakers a year earlier with Shaq, Kobe, Carmelo, and Gary Payton. So Tim Duncan, that's my man. Now we are here, number 2, Magic Johnson. Magic what made the NBA what it is today. And before Magic came in the 80s, the NBA finals were a tape delay. Nobody cared. There was a lot of nonsense and hoopla, and everything else was just, there was a couple guys you knew the names of. Magic came in with Bird and changed everything. His Magic went to the finals 13 years. He won 5 titles and 9 trips. He's a 3-time finals MVP. He, you would say, well, wait, you said Bird play with a bunch of legends, but so Magic was the man on those teams. Like, if it wasn't for Magic, they don't win. Why is that proof? Magic went out that year that Bird and them won, and they didn't even make it. They changed the head coach because of Magic Johnson. He averaged 19 points, 12 assists, and 7 rebounds. One of we're not going to go back. His best year is his rookie year, where he did something no rookie has done since. Game 7, changes his position, which is now nothing different, but back then positions mattered. He put up 42 points, 15 rebounds, and still had like 6-7 assists in a game against some future Hall of Famers in the Philadelphia 76ers. And that's his rookie year, and he won the championship. He won the championship, giving him the final MVP. And then finally, who's number 1? You already know who it is. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, MJ, Air Jordan, sneakers that I got a closet full of. The guy went to the playoffs 13 times. The guy won 6 championships. He went to the finals 6 times. He won 6 finals MVP. The only other person to do that is Bill Russell. Had to think about that. He beat a list of Hall of Famers. He beat Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson, Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Dominique Wilkins, Shaquille O'Neal, Alonzo Mourning, Gary Payton, and Stockton and Malone twice. And that's like, I left guys like Reggie Miller, and others off. Jordan, what he did when it came to playoff time, was sick. In 1986, he averaged 43 points. In 1987, he averaged 35 points. In 1988, he averaged 36 points. In 1989, 34. 1990, 36. 1993, 35. I could have kept going, but I just stopped by 93. In 1993, the year they won their 3rd championship against a hungry Charles Barkley, who took the Phoenix Suns to the finals. Jordan, he only put up 40 points 4 times. And he dropped 50, twice in play. That's what he did. That's what he does. He changed the hype. Michael Jordan changed the way the game was played from the standpoint. He was trying to draft like that. They would draft guys like Grant Hill. They would draft guys like Vince Carter, Jerry Stackhouse, Michael Finley, Tracy McGrady. He kept looking for two-way, Penny Hardaway. Kept looking for two-way players that could take over. Jordan was just the freak. He was the exception to the rule. Because of what he was capable of doing, teams couldn't emulate it, so they had to change. They had to, they changed everything because Mike was Mike, and Mike did it all. He took 2 years off. There's no telling if he wins 2 more and maybe puts him with 8, or he just kept going. But Mike retired earlier than he had to, and he left earlier than he had to. So, you know what they say, leave him wanting more, and that's what Michael did. We come back, we're going to do segment number 3. I'll tell you the guys who we left off. DWade Sports. All right. This segment is normally known as movies and video games, but today it's not. It's just segment number 3. The guys who didn't make the list, we're going to touch on that in a second, but before we do that, let's just get the stuff out the way. Follow me at Twitter, BrentReed18. Tweet me, tell me what you think. Give me an opinion. Tell me if there's a topic you may want me to touch on. If you don't feel comfortable tweeting, email me at downrateentertainment2001@gmail.com. Just go ahead, opinions, shout out your love. If you want to do a birthday shout out, let me know because I'll do it on the podcast. Speaking of, called I'm Just Talking, you can go to YouTube, you can go to iTunes, Google Play, or SoundCloud to listen to my podcast. I'm Just Talking, the podcast. Also, DJ Chase, the executive producer of said podcast, it has launched his own clothing line. Go to explainclothes.com. Check it out. Also, if you need a DJ in booking, go to djchasebooking@gmail.com. And then finally, the man who came up with the great beat for this entire show today, M2G Mike Meth. Hit him up at Twitter at Mike Meth, and hit him up at his email at MikeMythMusic@gmail.com. All these things are at the bottom of the screen, and feel free to do these things. Now, who was left off the list? The honorable mention, if you must say. I'm not going to go through their numbers and stuff. I'm going to tell you, I left off the guys who got honorable mention were Paul Pierce, Hakeem Olajuwon, Dennis Johnson, Steph Curry, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I've learned since I probably should have added Elgin Baylor and Jerry West. Jerry West went to the finals 9 times and only won 1 championship. So I don't know really where he's on that list, but the guy was great. He's the logo. He's put up numerous points. Rick Barry, another one. Before Steph Curry won a championship, Rick Barry won a championship for the Bay Area. Oh, yeah, Rick Barry did it. And don't forget, Rick Barry used to drop 60 points like it was nobody's business. Their numbers didn't stand out to me. Paul Pierce, I felt I could have switched him in AI because of what Pierce did. He won a championship. But Allen Iverson was so different. He was such a beast. And he just, I felt you could not leave him off. And I had to put somebody on here who didn't win. It was going to be Patrick Ewing. It was going to be Charles Barkley, Reggie Miller. Nah, it was AI. Because those other names had other people. AI had nobody. To give you an idea, the year AI won the MVP and took the team to the finals, AI averaged 32 points a game. The next person averaged 8. That was Eric Snow. Yeah, you do the math. So, hey, thanks for watching. This has been fun. I hope to do something like this again. Downright Sports summer wrap-up is coming real soon. We wrap up the sports year so far. Probably do that at the towards the end of June. I'm just talking. There will be another podcast coming next week, so look out for that. We'll touch on a whole bunch of stuff. There's a lot of things happening in the world we got to get on, but we're gonna do a finals wrap-up show, and what I'll do, we're gonna do a baseball show. About damn time, right there. I'm a baseball fan, so have fun, enjoy the summer, and deuces, everybody.